you always like to be in a band with Kim?
Yes, I always liked it, yeah.
Why?
Well, one thing, I think she writes really well. I mean, her songs are amazing, you know, and I'm actually a fan of them. And then maybe there's this weird thing where I feel like I'm the puppeteer and she's my puppet. And if I'm in her band, then I basically control it. It's basically my band.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, can you say there's a typical way that you work together because you know each other so well?
Yeah, maybe that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that but you had your own band?
Yeah, yep, I did.
But
yeah.
it was not so good as the Breeders.
Well, it was just different, I think. And you know, it was something about a timing thing because we did a bunch of touring and did 2 records, and it was really exciting. And but then I think people started missing their wives and girlfriends, and they didn't want to go on the road, you know. And then I moved from Minneapolis back to Dayton, Ohio, where I was living in Minneapolis, and everybody in my bands were all from Minneapolis. So I ended up moving to Dayton. And so then I started, you know, hooking up with Kim again. That's when that happened, yeah. Around 98, 97, 98.
Yeah. And then do you actually miss each other when you don't see each other that much?
I didn't miss her then. I didn't miss her then because I was sober. I didn't use drugs or alcohol at the time. And she was out partying, being insane at the time, or what I thought was insane. So I didn't really miss her then. I didn't like her very much then. But then I moved back home, and I just started, you know, we started working together again. And I started liking her again.
Yeah, is it that, you've both had, I think, drug problems, but you had them earlier than Kim? Is that true?
Well, I don't know, you know, like, I don't know when I don't know.
Because the story is that you pretty much quit the Breeders in 94, 95 because you had
Right, I went to rehab then. Yeah, and so, but having a drug problem earlier, I went to rehab earlier. I mean, having a drug problem earlier than somebody else is kind of weird. I guess it depends on how you define it being a problem, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's always been a problem, you know, but yeah, I took care of it earlier, I think.
You
maybe.
recognized it earlier, yeah, I took care
Yes,
of it.
perhaps,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So, and then the end of the 90s, you thought Kim wasn't that fine person to work with?
Right, well, actually, around 97, 98, we started working together again. And then we went down to Texas and did some stuff, and went to Albini's and did a lot of, we did Forced to Drive, which is off of Title TK. We did that song there. We did The She, we did that song. And we did one other, Swinger. Is it called Swinger? Swinger. Two Alive.
Okay.
It's called Two Alive on the record.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah. So we did a lot of work for that, and then we moved to East Los Angeles. Now I still lived in Dayton, but I traveled back and forth. But we got an apartment, and I stayed there too in East Los Angeles. That's when we met the other 3 guys: Richard Presley, the guitar player, Jose Medelis, the drummer, and Mondo Lopez, the bassist. We met them and started working on the rest of Title TK there in East Los Angeles and practicing and stuff. That was fun.